How Carlo Ancelotti beat Jurgen Klopp with a smash and grab. Napoli 1, Liverpool 0, a tactical analysis. But before this video starts, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you get notifications when we upload a video, and give this video a like if you enjoy it. Also check out some of our most recent uploads, including our video analysing how to beat Pep Guardiola's Manchester City and a tactical analysis of Manchester United vs Leicester. Carlo Ancelotti lined up his side in the usual 4-4-2 with Alex Mara in goal, Di Lorenzo at right back, Marco Rui at left back, with Koulibaly and Manolas playing as centre backs, with Fabian Ruiz and Alan played as a midfield double pivot. Callahan started wide on the right, Insigne on the left, and Mertens up front alongside Hirving Lozano. Jurgen Klopp set up Liverpool in a narrow 4-3-3 with Adrian in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, Robertson at left back, Van Dijk and Matip as the centre backs for a midfield three of Fabinho with Henderson and Milner ahead of him, whilst the front three consisted of Mane on the left, Salah on the right and Firmino playing centrally. From the start of the game, Liverpool controlled possession, with Napoli sitting off Liverpool in a 4-4-2 system when they had established possession. Henderson and Milner played the roles of carrileros, dropping deep and wide when Liverpool had the ball, which created a wide base in midfield in order to stretch the four-man Napoli midfield. The two Liverpool wide central midfielders would drop deep to allow Arnold and Robertson to advance up the pitch, but when Arnold moved deep on the right side to receive the ball, Henderson would push up ahead of him into a wide space. Klopp did this as he realised that the two Napoli wide players, Insigne and Callahan, would follow players who dropped deep into their zones, as Napoli wanted to implement an aggressive pressing style when the ball was played into the Liverpool midfield. This left space in behind the wide players for Henderson to move into. Despite not pressing high as a unit, Napoli's two centre forwards were instructed to close down the Liverpool centre backs instantly when they received the ball, though two central midfielders were reluctant to move up onto Fabinho and vacate the centre of the park. This was probably because of the movement of Roberto Firmino, who was playing a distinct false 9 role, rarely ever standing in line with Koulibaly and Manolas, and instead dropping deep between the lines ready to receive the ball when one of the midfielders received possession. Despite this, Fabian Ruiz and Alan were excellent positionally at cutting off the passing lanes into the Brazilian, which frustrated Liverpool, forcing them to move the ball out wide in the form of their fullbacks. Salah sat a lot wider on the right side than Mane did on the left. The Senegalese would drop deep in a similar vein to what Firmino would do, though Manolas would follow him tightly so that he couldn't drop deep, receive the ball, turn and dribble at the back line. Liverpool weren't able to play through the centre of midfield, with Napoli defending so narrowly, though they did have joy with the underlapping runs of Henderson and Milner. When the fullbacks would receive the ball out wide, the Napoli fullbacks would move wider to close them down, and the two Liverpool wide central midfielders would make underlapping runs into the space between the centre-backs and full-backs, and with this sort of movement Milner was almost able to create a clear-cut chance for Salah, though the excellent positioning of Marco Rui stopped the chance materialising. When Napoli had the ball, Liverpool would press them from their build-up in a narrow 4-3-3, with Firmino moving to press one of Ruiz or Alan, whoever moved deep between the centre-backs, and Mane and Salah pressing the centre-backs themselves. This stopped Napoli being able to play through the central midfielders and led to a lot of lofted balls out to the fullbacks. Whilst Lozano and Mertens did start the match playing as a front two, Mertens began to drop deeper into midfield into the space wide of James Milner. This was because Liverpool were defending so narrowly that pockets of space were opening up wide of the midfield, though Ancelotti didn't adapt soon enough in the first half, as he should have pushed Marco Rui further forward to maintain a width on the left hand side and allowed Insigne to move narrow into the half space wide of Henderson. In the second half, both managers altered their tactics slightly. Ancelotti instructed Di Lorenzo to drop deeper while Rui pushed further ahead on the left flank in order to create a back three with Manolas in the middle and Koulibaly on the left. This was done as it meant that Callahan was keeping the width on the right side, Rui on the left side, allowing Insigne to move narrow, which meant that both Mertens and Insigne could position themselves in the half spaces either side of the narrow Liverpool midfield, whilst the back three and two deep line central midfielders would provide a solid defensive base in case of a turnover. Liverpool altered the way they pressed slightly in the second half, with the front three sitting off the centre-backs more when they had possession, but when a ball was played into midfield and then backwards to the centre-backs, this would be used as a trigger to an aggressive press, with Mane and Salah moving instantly to press the centre-backs on the ball. Napoli were also assertive in their pressing, with Ancelotti moving one of the centre midfielders higher up the pitch onto Fabinho during Liverpool's build-up to create a 3 versus 3 around Liverpool's box. This was done in order to stop Liverpool being able to play into Fabinho, who was dictating the play in the first half from that deep line midfield position, which in turn would force Liverpool to play long passes upfield or out wide, making it easier for Napoli to win the ball high up the pitch. Neither side was really able to break through the other side's narrow structured systems. Even when Lozano and Mertens were able to spin their centre-backs and move into the channels, both Van Dijk and Matip were excellent in one-on-one situations, as was Koulibaly at the other end. Later on in the game, Ancelotti brought off the ineffective Insigne. He wasn't able to isolate Alexander-Arnold in the left-sided channel at all, and replaced him with Zielinski, who played a narrower role on the left side of midfield. Callahan was also instructed to track back into deeper positions with Robertson to nullify Liverpool's attacking threat on the left side. Llorente was brought on as well, as Napoli abandoned playing out from the back, fearful of getting caught by Liverpool's man-to-man aggressive press, and moved to a more direct style of play. It was from here a knockdown enabled Mertens to get on the ball in space in behind the midfield, where he picked out a pass for Callahan, who was brought down by Robertson, from which a penalty was given, and Mertens put the ball into the back of the net to win the game for Napoli. In this game, Liverpool lacked advanced width from the front three. Mane should have been positioned wider so that there was a greater space between Manolas and Di Lorenzo, which would have created space for him to make a diagonal run into. Instead, with Liverpool's front three playing so narrow, everything became congested, with Henderson and Milner forced to drop deeper, and Liverpool's only outball became the two fullbacks, which was predictable and easy for Napoli to defend. Napoli were outstanding defensively, particularly Koulibaly, who made some outstanding tackles in his own box. Marco Rui made some goal-saving interceptions with his good positioning, whilst Alan and Ruiz were positionally disciplined to cut off passing lanes into the Liverpool front line, whilst also being very good on the ball at keeping possession and dribbling out of the press to advance the attack. Whilst the San Paulo is a tricky place to go, Klopp and his side will feel that they did enough to earn a point, but will need to improve their attacking movements and patterns in order to break down sides who play in a similar way. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.